That was a good question.
Thank you.
Nah, Heather and I have been friends for a long time because she knows I'm into porn. I've been into porn since I was 13. My neighbor Kenny Briggs' father used to work at a store called Super Save. And when he used to go to Super Save, he had a gun, a 357 Magnum pistol on the shelf. And he says, "Don't touch that unless an intruder comes in the house. Don't even look at it." But he said, "I want you to know where it is." And as soon as he left, we'd play with it and all that. Oh, look at the bullets, you know. And then Kenny was like, "Yo, I gotta show you something." He went to his father's closet, and he had porn. This is like 78, you know what I'm saying? 1978. And he had the projector, you know, you thread it and it goes all around. So we would watch it on the door, and we have his little brother Patrick listen out for his father coming home, because his father was tough. He used to whip their ass, so we were like, listen for the door. But his brother Patrick was like, I want to watch. And we were like, nah, you stay and watch the door. And you know, back then I didn't know that penetration. I didn't know you're supposed to go in and out with your sexual organ. I thought you put it in and just sit there and just kind of be like, I thought a bell was supposed to ring or something. Seriously, I thought like a bell was supposed to ring.
Now the funniest thing is, you hear everyone laughing so hard at someone having a big porn collection, but if half the motherfuckers in here, if you had your hard drive converted into a real physical porn collection, you'd have a fucking library, you'd have to have a separate garage.
But Heather, Heather Hunter's a legend, and you know, I met her through her agent actually, who was a big hip hop fan, and you know, hip hop, porn, sports, all that's kind of, you know, relative anyway. So you know, he had mad knowledge of my music, and I was telling him mad knowledge of porn that I knew. And he was like, "Damn, you go way back to that," you know. So Heather and I just always just been cool on some cool out shit. So I looked out for her. Actually, Teflon, who's down with MOP, wrote the rhyme.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big shout to Tef. I'm executive producing his album. It's coming out. Tef is actually a trainer now at Equinox Gym. So if y'all need y'all's bodies in shape, Tef, he'll whip you in the shit.
Yeah, Tef's no fucking joke. I brought Coming At You. I have Coming At You here somewhere too. All right. How many? This is from Jay. What is this? Jay Zotos from Brooklyn. How many beats do you make in a day, week, month? How many beats do you make?
Now, I used to make a lot every day, and then, you know, you start getting too much work and you kind of slow down because you're like, damn, you're in demand and you love that and you love the money, but my most important thing is the integrity of the song to come out dope. So I care for that. The money's always secondary, always. That's the reason why I think I still get work, because I don't put the money first. Even in desperate times, I still gotta make the record bang. So now I am back on the fact that the industry's changed and everything. Now I'm back to almost a beat every 2 days.
All right, word up. I can deal with 15 primo beats a month.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is from Nilo Clemente. Okay, that's slightly wrong. Having worked with Big, Jay, and Nas, and having made classic records with all three, who would you say is the best MC and why? There aren't many better people you could ask.
Out of those three?
Those three. Big, Jay, Nas.
Definitely Big. For not write it down, you know what I'm saying, is one thing. And then, you know, like I've been in so many sessions with him, you know, he was just funny, you know what I mean? Like all that, and not trying to be funny to make everybody laugh. He was just that funny. And it could be something, he was cursing out Lil C's one day going, "I can't believe you fucked my body up like this," when they had the accident, right before he passed. And he was like, "Oh man," C's was going to McDonald's. We was actually doing the last part of 10 Crack Commandments. And he was like, "I hope you get robbed on the way to McDonald's." Like, you know, C's was looking at him like, damn.
Yo, he must have been on that, because he says in the record, "Till Lil C's crippled me."
He said he used to be like, "Ripple me till Lil C's crippled me." I mean, that's what really happened.
All right.
But Big, B.I.G.
Who are some current hip hop artists that you would actually like to work with? Excluding the crew who we know you already work with, the Black Poets, NYGs.
Definitely Busta.
Yeah.
Busta, 50.
50 and Premier.
I gave 50 a banging beat, turned it down.
Really?
Yeah, it was dope. I had scratches and everything.
All right, hey. You see Boys in the Hood?
He has the right to refuse, just like anybody else. It's all good. I ain't tripping. Not NYG's is on it. It's just dope.
What about, this is another question, and it fits right in. When can we, what could we do to get a Ghostface premiere?
Oh, that's, I told Ghost, man, I want to fucking do a joint with you so bad. Like, I love Ghostface. He keeps it 86 for real.
He's one of the only dudes who continues to be relevant and big time, and also
the Wallaby champ, man. I love Ghost, man.
Okay, this question comes from 88 Keys. Shout out to 88 Keys. He has a great record in the stores right now.
Yeah, he was on my show last week. Big shout out to 88 Keys. His album's in the stores, The Death of Battle. Kanye, I'm the executive producer.
And his wife has a question here too, but I didn't find it yet. He says, what was your first reaction and thoughts when you first heard Jay Dilla's production?
Oh man, I was like, okay, I got somebody else I got to battle. I've never heard nobody chop samples like him. Like, he chops samples so. I learned how to chop samples from Showbiz. I learned how to filter it and muffle it through Large Professor, and then everything else I just took it to my own. Well, King of Chill, legendary producer King of Chill, who produced MC Light, Audio 2, Alliance. He taught me how to work the sampler that I actually used, because I saw Marley had one and I was like, yo, okay, you can teach me how to work that? And that's how I learned. But it's like, oh man, all of that combined is like Jay Dilla just he can't even explain it.
Where do you think of him?
Oh, he's in my top 5.
Who else is in that top 5 producers, and where is DJ?
Marley Marl #1.
All right.
Hip hop producers or just
hip hop producers? Let's say hip hop.
All right. Rick Rubin. Larry Smith, who produced a lot of the Houdini albums, and he did a lot of the old Curtis Blow stuff and early Run DMC stuff. He was dope because he was the first one to really apply music, but he still kept the hard beats and stuff. He did a lot of Davey DMX stuff. So Larry Smith. Then definitely Large Pro. Pete Rock. Dilla.
So right up there.
Yeah, and Q-Tip, I like him a lot too.
Q-Tip's very producer himself. All right, let me ask the last thing. When can we get a full-length DJ premiere album? I talked to Fat Joe several months ago, who left town today.
I saw it.
Okay, so I talked to Fat.
He exaggerated a little bit, but Joe's my dude, and Joe can do that, but he exaggerated.
Okay, I'm sure he did. It was on our site with my 1FC podcast.
I saw it.
So, but we talked about that.
Not to cut you off, I remember my manager sent me the email saying, yo, have you seen this clip? He goes, this is the fall of DJ Premier. I'm like, damn, I'm over now.
No, the way we thought of it was just basically, Joe explained to us that he really wanted a Primo record to happen with his Terror Squad deal. It eventually became clear that it wasn't going to happen, but he wanted to make sure you got paid and that ish happened. He basically said he always wanted it to happen. So I heard about that Terror Squad deal. It never happened. Yeah. When can we get Pete Rock had the Soul Survivor series. When can we get a DJ premiere album?
Man, I talked about starting it a couple weeks ago because a lot of the artists like Kanye and them, I scratched on his album and he was like, yo, I'll give you one for free whenever you need me and stuff. And I know the bigger people get, it's harder to get them. Like even Jay-Z's hard to get now. And we were around each other for years, and it's hard to even get at him. But I'm reaching out to make sure I can get on. I'm gonna just try to swap with everybody. Give me a beat and I'll give you one back, on the arm. But it's gotta be like my Chronic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gotta be just like the way Dre came out with Chronic and just shitted on everybody. Mine's gotta be the same way. I turned in. The thing is with the Terror Squad deal, I turned in some bangers, but the label didn't like them. They were, because they were looking for the club record, and I'm not a club dude when it comes to making them type of records. I've had records that played in the club like Dwick and Biggie records and stuff like that, but I didn't make it for that. I just made it for, I always make it for the streets, because if hip hop came out of a lily pad with frogs, I'd be in the pond right now with the frogs making beats, but it came from the streets of New York, so I want that essence always in my music.
I have a million other questions I want to ask, but I feel like that's a great place to stop. You guys want me to ask you a few more questions?